Yo, yo, yo. Today it is August the 26th, 2021. And this is the first video I'm recording in this whole SLNNN Chronicles, but it will not necessarily be the first video. Um this is my main character right here that I've had since essentially burning the end of Burning Crusade, essentially. Um, I had a lot of fun on this game in my life. It was an escape in a way. But I'm going to go into the game and explain some of the cool things that I did, I guess. This is the first time I've logged into World of Warcraft uh, in the past 4 months, 3, 4 months. And for the record, before anyone says, "Oh, well, you just you're just doing an Asmongold. You're trying to go get off Asmongold's hype or whatever." My response to that is that Asmongold quit streaming World of Warcraft regularly 2 months ago. So to be fair, I quit well before he did. Take that, boys. Alright, let me turn on the sound in game, I guess. It's playing through the speakers. I have no idea how to fix that. Um, Unfortunate. I guess we're turning the music back off. But, how this wouldn't be, an SLNNN video if I didn't come prepared, right? So, I'll get to that in a minute. Um, let's go here, I guess. That'll be fun. Throw that in the background. Cool. So, it's still a little bit too loud. This game I started playing, I would say, probably like religiously in Wrath of the Lich King. In my opinion, it was the best expansion to any MMO ever. It is my favorite version of World of Warcraft, even though I kept playing up until Mist of Pandaria. And I just wanted to know because I'm not going to ever log on to this game again. Like, after this is it. Um, if we go here to my Y button, let's see, where is it at? They've changed the game so much, I just don't even know where it's at. Here's some mounts that I had. 2012, I believe, was Cataclysm. But keep in mind, like, after Cataclysm, the last time I really played was apparently 2019, which I think was like Legion or some crap. And I didn't play it for very long. But, I had the Red Karaji mount, I had a Brewfast mount, I had the Death Charger reins, and all that good stuff. While that might not seem like much to many people, or in fact anyone that doesn't play WoW, these were some really hard weapon or mounts to get, especially the Death Charger's reign. That was an amazing time in my life when I got that. And here's a bunch of the legendaries too. Um, a lot of these legendaries, with the exclusion of Shadowmourne and Ancient Kings, I don't know when that might have been Mist of Pandaria. Maybe that's when I like quit WoW for a very long time. I got Thunder Fury and Sulfurous back before at least Cataclysm. Cataclysm or Wrath of the Lich King, which that in itself to me makes me very happy. Well, apparently based off that, I guess not, but I feel like I got those earlier. Um, Here's some events from the account. 2009 was when I started playing on this. Um, and as you can tell, I missed the 6th anniversary 7 and became a trend, right? And then I did apparently log in for the 15th anniversary, but I don't really recall that. That's irrelevant stuff. This was important back then. Raised your unarmed skill to 400. I think it was, yeah, it was 400, I believe, because that's what it was in Wrath of the Lich King. But this was important because it took forever, like to get my punching in classic WoW to 299 to 300. It took a long time, a very long time, as well as getting all these skills up. Well, y'all, if y'all ever saw my classic WoW streams back 2-3 years ago, y'all would understand. Like, that game is a grind. So I guess, why am I quitting this game now that I got that out of the way? Or why have I quit the game? Because, truthfully, I have quit the game. I'm going to turn off the music, I guess, for this part, I guess. The reason why I quit playing the game is because the game just hasn't been as good as it's been, and that's been the case since Wrath of the Lich King, really. A lot of people say that Wrath of the Lich King was the end, was like the end of World of Warcraft because they brought in the Dungeon Finder, which was a way to get in, like, essentially get in touch with people. Like without having to talk to them really. That's kind of what it is. And personally, I didn't really care that much. And I was like, okay, cool. It just gets me into dungeons faster. But unfortunately, it was the start of a trend that would just, it wouldn't really recover from. And that is that after Wrath of the Lich King came out Cataclysm, and they started introducing a shop to the game where you could buy mounts. And as a kid, I thought that was cool personally. But as an adult, I see how much of a sad thing it is to the games like MMOs, especially because a lot of these games rely on rarity concepts. Like, do you have this cool weapon that's unattainable, or this mount that was super hard to get, or whatever? But you have these really cool looking mounts. Like, here, I'll show you real quick. I'll get on like, I'll just show you a couple of the mounts, right? And then I'll show you what the mount shops look like as soon as I can land. Alright, so here's what a bunch, I don't what? But that is a mount shop, to be fair. This is a shop mount that you can buy, but I got this because of my subscription. I didn't actually buy the mount. But it looks okay, I guess. Like, it's really, like, to y'all, it might seem like, it's just a cow or whatever. But when you see, like, when all the other mounts look like this, 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 and then you go back to this, you're like, okay, I kind of get it. But the issue is that it's behind a paywall. This is also from having the 6-month subscription. That's if you just, instead of doing it monthly, if you do 6 months, they give you a mount. But this stuff, like, compared to all the other mounts in the game, they just, like, I mean, you get where I'm coming at. And that's not the, like, there's a lot more of the mounts that I don't have. Let me go to the shop real quick. Fuck your guild. See, they're doing it right now, but I unfortunately will not be subscribing back to the game. This is a mount you can get on the shop. This is a mount you can get on the shop. This is a mount you can get on the shop. Very Final Fantasy-esque. And let's see. There's a ship. And that's not to say that there aren't cool mounts that they've added in the game. I forgot how to get to that page. That's unfortunate. But like example, they gave us a motorcycle. That was pretty cool. You had to. Well, that's the chauffeur one, but I do think I have the other one. Um, this was a cool mount you got from killing Ragnaros in Cataclysm. This was a cool mount. I'll even show it. Why not? I used to ride this one all the time. Pretty cool mount. Um, this looks cool, and so because I don't even have all of them though. There's like 9 or 10 more different versions of these, so it's not that important. Even though it looks kind of cool. The Dark Phoenix is okay. There's only 2 versions of this one. Here's the spermicide you get for buying the, I think, deluxe edition of the Shadowlands expansion, which I didn't even finish, by the way. What else? There's like 100 of these, so they're not special. Uh, Here's one of the coolest mounts I got back in either Wrath or Cataclysm. The Headless Horseman mount. Not a lot of people have this mount, but this is definitely one of the more cooler ones for sure. But like what I'm trying to get at here is that they spend a lot more time on these premium mounts than they really do, the in-game mount. I don't remember ever getting that. Anyways, um, those were mounts. Um, what did WoW really mean to me? Uh, well, it meant a lot to me. Um, I started playing late. I don't know the exact time frame, but middle school, 7th, 8th grade maybe. And I played all the way through um, 10th grade, 11th grade, and then I came back and forth with the game throughout the years. But the biggest I was my biggest achievement in this game was being the third best prop paladin on Area 52, which was a super high pop horde server, one of the highest pops populations. Sorry, I shouldn't say pops. Um, and that was probably my biggest achievement in this game because like there was actually people that looked up to me at that time, and I felt like that was really cool. But aside from that, this game brought the sense of friendship and responsibility in a way because you had to previously, before they had dungeon and raid finders, you had to talk to people to you know do things. You could choose to make friends to do stuff with. Like I don't know why, but for some reason we just never could get another game to play with each other, even though we have kept in touch every once in a while over the years. His name's Caleb, but I mean, he was a really good friend of mine, and we met on WoW, and he bought me a headset because I didn't have one to raid with at the time. He literally mailed that to me, dude, and I won't ever forget that. And while that might not be, it was a $20 headset, so it might not have meant much to him, but it meant a lot to me. And that's like, you don't get that shit by playing, Fortnite nowadays, or especially even WoW nowadays. Um, Nowadays, you just have like, where is it at? Everything. You have your raid finder, dungeon finder, pre-made groups, which I think that this is okay. Um, there's a lot of bots in here still, even though I thought that they would fix that at some point. But there's battlegrounds, like you just don't have to put any effort into the game anymore. And a big uh, proof of that is professions. Um, they've changed professions so many times that it really don't even feel worth it anymore. It's just like, what's the point of it? I've switched my professions 8 times because I was looking for the most active profession, and you don't really even need them for anything. They got rid of a few of the professions that were like important. Well, not important, but they just got rid of professions that they didn't really want to mess with anymore. And I think why this game died as of August 26th, there's not a lot of people playing the game anymore. Um, is because they fucked up during Cataclysm. Cataclysm was the last time they could have done something different. There was a lot of mistakes with the game at the time. They could have chose to have reverted it, but instead they decided to destroy the game and build upon those issues. They essentially built more issues that were more big than the issues of the past. And they kept doing this all these years. And they just kept doing it over and over until the point to, well, here we are. And it's really, really sad. Because this game meant a lot to me, dude. It was there for me when I was, just a lonely fucking middle schooler, high schooler. I wasn't very social in middle or high school, but I was extremely social in WoW. I don't understand how that worked out, but it did. And even though the game is completely garbage at this state, I did play Classic WoW up till Phase 2. But unfortunately, I was in a guild that treated hunters like shit. I was a hunter, and they said that we'll get our weapons whenever everyone else gets their weapons, and by the time that happened, it would have been Phase 4. Zul'Gurub. And they're like, yeah, you can probably get the weapons from Zul'Gurub then, but the issue is that the weapons from Molten Core are better than the weapons from Zul'Gurub. So I quit Classic WoW in Phase 4. I came back towards the middle-ish end of Phase 6, getting really hyped for TBC. However, and while I was seriously going to play TBC like very hard, and I did play it on stream at the very start of Burning Crusade. I don't know if y'all know this, but I actually quit playing before I even hit level 70. And a lot of people that watched my streams at the time would think that OSRS was the reason why. But the reason why I really quit Burning Crusade Classic was because they added in character boost, they added in stuff to the shop, and they were changing the game in unnecessary ways. And they said when doing Classic WoW that they were never going to do that. And while TBC is not Classic WoW, TBC is still TBC Classic. And that's fucked up. It really is. It ruined the game for me. I literally watched bots going into dungeons, out farming, and Classic WoW already had a rough player base, like, because they wanted you to know the fights, they wanted you to be geared. If you weren't in a guild, essentially, you weren't doing content. And like, it was hard getting when coming back in Phase 6. I was so under geared, I could barely get into anything. And then in Burning Crusade, people are wanting tanks, but not to actually tank, just to hold aggro while the DPS, while the tank runs around in circles, and I just do nothing really. It became a point where, like, you can see, like, people don't care anymore about um they don't care about the mechanics anymore. And I don't there's a lot of people in the game, I really wonder, I'm like, how do you enjoy this if you're playing it this way? So unfortunately, I guess in a way you can say the WoW community, for me personally, the WoW community killed it for me, of like officially. But also, it's Blizzard too, because I called out this bullshit before Asmongold did. I knew that this game was falling. I knew it was falling for a long time. That's why I quit on and off so many times. But I mean, it just became at what point is it really worth it? Like, yeah, you can play this game all you want to. You can get the best gear. You can look fucking awesome. But what does that mean in an MMO that doesn't have more than 50 players on each server and there's like 500 servers? Not a whole lot. So then, yeah, you can add in cross realms or whatever, so you can see people on other realms. But then what's the point of having a server at that point? Why not just have mega servers? Why have 500 small servers that are dead and not just 5 big mega servers? That's pretty much all I have for this. Um, I would like to thank WoW for the good times it did give me. There was a few of them, and I can promise y'all on my life, y'all will never see me playing WoW again. Maybe in 10 years I might, or if I make it somewhere in music and I just have nothing better to do. But if I make it in music, I do not have any intentions of coming back to this. Um, but I hope this is kind of a good lesson to anyone that is ever thinking about quitting a game or whatever. Just like play a game if it makes you happy, right? But if that game quits making you happy, don't be afraid to, take a break, end it, or whatever you really want to do. I think that's a big thing that people get scared of. And um, you just do what you got to do, right? Just, if you enjoy the game, still keep playing it. But if you don't, fuck it, dude. There's other things in life to do. If you work a deadbeat job or whatever, and you're tired of playing World of Warcraft, quit playing World of Warcraft and go do something, right? And I think that's what I'm doing to an extent, except for I'm doing it with music because, to me personally, I strongly believe that music is like the best chance of me being able to get out of, you know, a shitty society. I really think that there's a chance for me somewhere out there, I don't know doing what, whether it's producing or playing guitar or bass or whatever, but there is something out there for me, and it's definitely going to be in music. Anyways, before I go, I'm not going to play the video, but this video kind of sums it up pretty well, right? I recommend anyone going out to watch it. This came out 2007, and at that time, I was making fun of people during these years. I was making fun of people like this because, like, imagine quitting something this great. Imagine, quitting something that, you know, it just has such a massive fan base, can easily, like I was making fun of people like this, and it turns out that I became this same exact person. Kind of crazy how that is, right? Thank you all for watching this SLNNN Chronicle, and until the next time, peace.